Hey guys, back for another tank tip. And this tank tip is basically directed to mainly the people that are new to the saltwater hobby, and you're at the fish store and you're just basically bombarded with all these beautiful fish. And a lot of times people make mistakes and they buy a very aggressive fish and add it, and then later on get a peaceful fish, and it just leads to a lot of issues in the future. And what I mean by that is, here's a perfect example. Let's say you're at the fish store and you see this nice looking tomato clownfish, and then you see an equally nice looking purple firefish. Um, I highly recommend you guys go with the purple firefish as an example. Um, you know, Adding peaceful fish before you add an aggressive fish is absolutely recommended. If you add an aggressive fish before a peaceful fish, it's only going to lead to problems. I assure you that. Unless you have a very large system, it's only going to lead to problems. Another very good example of the consequences of things like that would be I added my Osler's clownfish first. They're actually my first fish to this tank. And then I added my royal grandma, my blenny, my cleanup crew here and there, my urchin, and so on and so forth. And then later I added my fairy wrasse right there. Now he has taken quite a beating, let me tell you, from this female clown mainly. My female clown has been beating him up. My male clown's taken some nips at him here and there, but not as much as my female. But I mean, look at this. The top of his tail is literally torn off. The side of him, the side of his, some of his scales have been torn off. He's really a great looking fish otherwise, but his fins have been nipped at, he's been beat up, he's been knocked into things. But he remains optimistic. You can see he's playing with the Coralia pump, and he's really liking that flow, and he's eating fine and everything like that. So he's doing great other than that, and he will be moving to my 75 gallon, so he's being promoted, and she's staying in this 24 gallon where she won't have anyone to beat up. Now, so another perfect example is a lot of people, mainly people that get into the hobby, they cycle their tank basically with damselfish for many reasons. They're hardy, they're very cheap, they're colorful, and people hear, oh well, damselfish are great, easy fish, I'll just add that first. Here's the problem. That damselfish is going to go into your tank, it's going to establish its territory, and any fish you add after that is just going to, that damselfish is going to be like, get out of my territory, chase it around. Now the problem with this is that your tank is a closed system. That fish is going to have nowhere to go. So eventually that fish is just going to get beaten down, beaten down, beaten down. It'll probably contract ick, and obviously ick is not good, and ick is a real pain to get rid of. So it just can lead to lead to a lot of issues. A lot of good first fish you can add to your tank would be chromis, bluegill chromis are very peaceful fish. They're great starter fish. Also, Osler's clownfish are generally pretty good, especially in like 55 gallon and up systems. Now, this may have to do, the aggression between my clownfish and my wrasse may have to do with their colors a bit similar, and they like to swim in the same areas of my tank. But yeah, this has led to a lot of problems. So really, I recommend you go with the peaceful fish before you do the aggressive fish. I cannot tell you that, guys, that enough. It's gonna be well worth it in the end. Waiting, maybe letting that, leaving the store without that tomato clown, it's gonna be well worth it in the end. Trust me, I can assure you that. In my 75 gallon, which is still in the build process right now, I really opted for a peaceful community of fish for that tank. The butterfly fish, the firefish, the anthias, the gobies, just a lot of peaceful fish in that tank. Now, the only fish that is listed as moderately aggressive would be my flame angelfish, which is why I'm adding that angelfish last. He's going to be the last fish in my tank, so he's probably going to be added probably a month or two after I set up my tank, because is the most aggressive fish in the tank. I want to let those peaceful fish establish their territory before I add the most aggressive fish to the tank. And of course, I recommend that you do that for every tank you get. I'm going to do that for every tank I get in the future. Just a really good tip to keep in mind. Thanks for watching, and my next video I'm probably going to be coming out with would probably be the Coralia pump review nano. I'll probably be coming out with that really soon, so stay tuned for that. And thank you to all my subscribers again, and thanks for watching. Comment, rate, and subscribe. Thanks, guys. Bye.